Hey guys, thank you for your patience. I got a little delayed on my start here. My sister just came over. She left a few things here from Thanksgiving, and I kind of lost track of time. So sorry about that. I need like a second to get my thoughts together. But everyone that posts their yes no question before the next 10 minutes are up, I will answer your question regardless whether or not the list is closed, as long as you get your question in, because I'm running a little behind. I did post the list, the donation list, so you should see your name. I just posted it in the order that I got it. The only one I have a question for is Sweeter. Sweeter, I just need to know, you donated a little extra money, so I just need to know what you donated for. Gotcha. All right, girl. You just did like an upgrade. I got you. Oh. All right. Bear with me, friends. Get your questions posted. Yes, no. I will get to all of you in just a second. Okay, you left your question with me. Yeah, I wasn't sure what the extra 5 was for, but I understand now. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. Let's go ahead and get started with, wait, where's my first yes, no? Phoenix. All right, Phoenix. Let's see. Phoenix. Yes or no for Phoenix? Phoenix, yes. Knight of Cups. We vibes. We're doing okay over here. We vibes. I have a yes for you. 3 of Pentacles. Amy, yes. Justice. Joanna, yes. 4 of Cups. Joanna, you might have to be, or yeah, you might have to reach out to Lucy first. Sweeter, I have a yes for you. By the way, guys, the craziest thing happened. Sweeter, make sure that whatever question you post first for yes, no is the one you want answered, okay? I did a yes for the one, is Rashad done with us? I got a yes on that one. I think it was King of Wands. I can't remember. Yeah, the weirdest thing happened to me, guys. Just before my sister came over, I had this like really weird anomaly on my camera. I'll have to post it so you guys can see it. But we debunked it. We like went out there. I thought it might have been like a leftover spider web, but I had never seen it before. I thought if it was a spider web and the wind was blowing, then maybe it was that, but it was completely still, like almost like eerily still outside. The wind was not blowing at all, just still and cold. I'll have to post it on here for you guys. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. But it's the wildest thing. I don't know what it is. I've never seen it before on my camera. My sister has a bunch of cameras. She says she's never seen it before. We wiped the camera down. We went outside. We looked. We can't figure out what this is. And then in my other camera, something weird's going on over there too. Are ladybugs still out? I'm in Virginia. It's November, the end of November. I don't think so, but there's flashing lights that are happening on my other camera. I don't know what's going on, but it's crazy. All right, Shar, I have a no. 5 of Pentacles. Looks like unemployed. 5 of Pentacles usually means no job or unemployed. Sienna, thank you. I had a great Thanksgiving. I have a yes for Sienna. Ari. Ari, I feel like you want to. I am getting a yes on that Knight of Cups, but should you? I'm getting a no. The Hermit. Amy, yeah, it's really crazy. It's a 5-minute long video, and when my sister first saw it, out of the corner of her eye, she thought it was someone walking in my yard because she said it was kind of moving like a human would in my yard. And she's like, no, I gotta get out of here. This is too creepy. I was like, you're giving me chills. I was like, you're freaking me out. But it's wild. And it's a very clear, strong video too. So I don't know what the heck it was. I don't know if I opened my doors and it just disappeared. I don't know if when my sister pulled into the driveway, I don't know what the heck it is, but it's definitely an anomaly. And we did all the research we could. We went out there, tried to figure out what it was, and we cannot figure it out. Bria, you're welcome, Phoenix. All right, Bria, will I get the job I'm interviewing for next week? Bria, I have a yes. Page of Pentacles. That's good. That's a good card for that question. You're welcome, We Vibes. I hope you guys had a great holiday if you celebrate. Thank you guys for liking the live stream. Lena, I think you have a chance at exams being canceled. I have the Justice card, King of Swords, and 3 of Swords. I feel like this is a situation that's trying to get worked out right now. It's a possibility that one or all will be canceled, is what it feels like to me. Bria says, don't go to LA. Hey, IJ, welcome in. Yeah, I've been to LA a couple of times too. I mean, it's like a one and done for me. It's a one and done. I didn't feel like this particular pool to go there. But Ari, you should definitely have your astrocartography read, because that that will tell you like if you should go there or not. You're welcome, Sienna. Santa Monica was nice. I went to a bunch of different places. I think the only place I didn't go was Laguna, but I did Malibu, Santa Monica. I did Venice. I did Hermosa. Beverly Hills. I don't remember. It was a lot of places that I went. Definitely want to go with someone who knows their way around, is what I would say. Make sure you go with someone who, like, go visit someone who lives there if you're going to go, who can kind of give you the ins and outs, and you can stay somewhere fairly safe. Hey, Rhoda, welcome in. Thank you for the donation. Let me add you to the list really quickly. We have a very, very full schedule today. If you see no skips next to your name, it means that you pre-ordered. Thank you. And because of that, you have the courtesy of no one being able to skip ahead. You stay in place when you pre-order with me. All right, so we have IJ, SB, Philomena, Sweeter, Phoenix, Amy, James, M. Wins, and Rhoda. If you are on that list and you don't see no skips next to your name, and you would like to hold your spot or jump ahead of the people who you can skip ahead of, feel free to donate $5 to do that. So $5 to lock in or move as far up on the list as you can go. Now, if you don't want to do that and you want to just wait your turn, that's totally fine. You have two options. You can leave your question with me to guarantee your reading is done tonight. In case you have to step out for any reason, you can come back later, or you can do your best to stick around until it's your turn. Totally up to you. I'm still accepting donations, but as of right now, I don't think they'll be open for very long, because it's a very, very full list. But I also know that I have not been here since Monday, and I don't want to run too soon in case there was anyone else that wanted to get a reading. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I have IJ first for a BOGO. IJ, if you would like to go ahead and post your question. Yeah, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Hey, Sweeter, what did you donate for, friend? Amy, yes, do your thing, girl. All right, IJ. Oh, sweeter friends. Hey, let me send that $5 back to you. So since you were a pre-order, no one is able to skip ahead of you. So you don't have to worry about holding your spot or anything. And it looks like you only have 3 people ahead of you. So I'm gonna send that back to you. Because you're locked in. You're locked into your place. So don't worry about that. Rhoda, I'm glad that you're having a good Thanksgiving. Or that you had a good Thanksgiving. Sorry, I was doing 2 things at once. All right, IJ, why is Nat on my mind so happy today? We did have a brief interaction yesterday morning and she wished me a happy Thanksgiving, which was nice and different for her. All right, first card out, 2 of Wands. Well, IJ, I think you just are thinking about her. I don't know if there's like an extenuating circumstance this time as to why. I think she's just on your mind. I think the more you guys integrate into one another's life, that heaviness will start to go away because you'll start seeing like the more connected you get in the 3 dimension, the less energetically you're gonna feel her. She'll be around you all the time, so you're gonna feel her more in the physical because you're gonna have that like tangible proof in front of you, but you guys will still always be connected energetically. Now I will say this is probably like a sliding scale this time. I would say maybe like 80%. This is you, this because I'm getting like a lot of like major arcana energy, like the moon, the wheel of fortune, the hanged man. And I think these are just your feelings for her manifesting. I think you're thinking of her. We have the 2 of Cups, lots of love coming through, but it doesn't mean that you're not still feeling her energy as well. Let's see what's going on with her today. Maybe that can give me a little more information. What's going on with her today, please? It's almost like you guys are just gonna like constantly be integrated into one another, like energetically, until you guys are able to like get it here in physical form. What's going on with her today? I think the festivities of the holiday are still carrying into today for her. I thought at first when I saw Temperance that she was feeling a little guilty for the amount of food that she's been eating or something, and she's trying to take it easy today. However, I have the 3 of Cups, and so both Temperance have cups in hand, and so does the 3 of Cups. So there could be like continued festivities today into this weekend. maybe like a Friendsgiving or something like that. Maybe she's been spending time around family and friends and kind of fantasizing of what it would be like to have you there with her. That could be part of, the heaviness that you've been experiencing with her as well. I'm seeing a lot of two-digit numbers, 12, 14, 18, and 10. I just figured I would tell you. I don't always share numbers. But I think like sometimes when we're crushing on someone, we can kind of imagine what it would be like to have them there with us, or like, just kind of feeling and leaning into that feeling. And I think that's something that she might have been doing. Let's see. Also, she was third wheeling quite a bit, it feels. Because I have the Three of Pentacles and I have the Three of Cups. Okay. So I think that she might have been feeling a little what is the word? I don't know, singled out, because she might have been hanging around a lot of couples. There's like a feeling of third wheeling here. Yep, so you have 1, 3, 15, or sorry, 1, 3, 5, and 9. They're reduced to. So yeah, it's possible that she's kind of just, I have the Three of Swords, not Eight of Swords. I think she just was like fantasizing quite a bit lately, in positions where she felt like she was like the extra one or the third wheel, and maybe was just daydreaming about what it would be like when she finally has her partner to bring to these activities. I do have the Two of Wands I want to go back to, because when I was thinking of her reaching out to you and wishing you a happy Thanksgiving, hey SB, I felt as though like this was her choice. She decided to do this. This is something she wanted to do. She wanted to go out of her way and like make sure that you felt noticed on the holiday. So this was definitely an intentional choice for her. It might have been last minute, but it was, or not last minute, I'm sorry. It might have been impulsive, but it was an intentional choice, because I have the Knight of Swords here. So it felt almost like she just thought to do it in the moment. Do you have any follow-up to that question? I tried to get a little more information that I could. Sweeter, did you get your refund? Let me know. SB will be listening. Cannot reply when it's your turn. Questions on IG. Okay, that's perfect. As long as you can hear me, it's all good. No follow-up. Okay. What should you know now? What should IJ know now? What should IJ know now? Okay. Ooh, okay. So the first thing that's coming through, I am getting that you are listening to the divine downloads and laying foundations. The things that you have planned for yourself is a divine plan. And so you're taking into action what it is that you need to do. So if there's any question in your mind of, is this the right path for me? Is this something I should be doing? Um, if you've been debating or something like that, I am getting a yes for you because they're telling you as well that they want you to answer your deepest calling. So, whether this next step for you is just a stepping stone to get you to your calling, or if this next step is your calling, they want to make sure that it's something that you feel is your mission here, your life's purpose, or it's working you towards that. Um, let's see. Is there something that you plan on doing at some point that has to do with a group? Like, I don't know if this is like group therapy or like a retreat that you want to go away and do with like other like-minded people. Um, it could potentially be tapping into your feminine side with this because it feels more like emotional and spiritually inclined. But there's something that I'm picking up on here that has to do with going to like a group centered activity or leading a group. Okay. Um, I mean, this could be something like group therapy. It could be helping people, coaching people through addictions. It could be um, some type of mediation. It could be a retreat. And I can't really tell if you're leading the way or if you're just a part of the group. But if this is not making sense, just, keep it in your back pocket. But there's some type of like intentional group thing that I'm seeing with you, and I feel like it leans into a feminine energy. So maybe you start something. This potentially could be too in the future. Okay, because I was going to say there's another like interpretation could be. I'm glad it's making sense, but there could be another interpretation too in the future, like with Nat. You guys start something together. Maybe she wants to start like a sisterhood, like network or something like that where a bunch of people get together, a bunch of like-minded people get together and do things that feed the soul. I don't really know, but there's just something here that has to do with bringing people together, and it feels like you're leading it. Yeah, okay, I think that message is done. Okay, couples retreats. Okay, that makes sense. I also have, like, I'm wondering if maybe you're going to start your own at some point or something. Like, you're going to go to them, but then you might start your own. I have play, have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. I think that's self-explanatory. You get the message a lot to nurture yourself, IJ. Take care of yourself. Like, make sure you're nourishing your body, you're listening to what you need. As I say that, I'm reaching for my tea. Um, you're going to your doctor's appointments, you're getting physicals, you're grooming and good like hygiene, and maybe getting yourself a massage or just basically nurturing yourself. And then also like on a deeper level, like trying to heal that inner child within you, because it's saying mother yourself. And there also could be something here that is in connection with your mother, because I'm getting a lot of feminine energy coming through. I have the grandmother and the mother here. They also want you to know that you are a keeper of the earth. Your ancestors stand beside you and behind you, and you are not alone. Good, I'm glad to hear it. And then the last message, which I feel is like really special. Hold on, sorry, I was trying to see what message was coming through. It's not full. Okay. They're saying that you have been training for your purpose here on Earth. You've been training for this lifetime or lifetimes. So you already innately know what you're supposed to do here on this earth. It's not necessary for anyone else to tell you. You will just know, and you feel in alignment, and it'll start to just like feel easy. And they're saying that this is something that you've been planning for and training for multiple lifetimes. So it's almost like this is the finish line life or something like that. And they want you to just take a leap of faith, know that you conspire with the universe. Just, they're saying you go first, the universe will catch you. You're welcome, Lena. I also think that you are leveling up. Like, I think your vibration is going higher. And I think that if you can do things that raise your vibration, that would also be really great. You can listen to like high hertz music, like 432 and higher. You can do meditations, you can dance, you can sing. All of these things help you to raise your vibration. But I see a lot of like, this is weird to say, but I see like a lot of shedding of like dead energy off of you being shed. Like, you know, when you like exfoliate your skin and the dead skin cells fall off, and like, you know, your hair gets too long and you trim it to get it healthy. Like, I feel like energetically there's parts of you that have been needing to be exfoliated or cut or trimmed or whatever, and I feel like that is sloughing off of you. I know this is such a weird way to say that, but releasing, there you go. Yay. Music is so good for you. So IJ, that's what I've got. You're on the right path, friend. All right, this is for SB. You're welcome, IJ. Thank you for being here. All right, so SB, he has no intention of going anywhere. I have the 10 of Pentacles. So like this card always tells me that the person of interest or whoever it is you ask about, if this card pops up, it's saying, I want to be in your life for a long time. I don't plan on going anywhere. I want to be here through all of life's twists and turns, and I have absolutely no intention of stepping foot outside of your life. Like, I want to be a part of your life. I want to be in it. I want to be involved. Like I'm invested. That's the energy of this card. You know, it talks about how someone could potentially see themselves as your life partner. So he could be picturing himself and what life would be like in a relationship with you. And, he could be thinking like future based. He could be expanding your timeline, and imagining what life would be like a couple months down the road, a couple years down the road. He's likely including you in plans that he's making for himself. I think that whether you are his partner or someone else's, he very much sees your value, and he knows that you are wife. You are wife material. Um, Girlfriend material, fiance material, wife material, whatever you want to call it. You are not the type of person that anybody should just be frivolous with. If that's the right word. Basically, like, you are irreplaceable in his eyes. You are the type of person that anyone would be lucky to know, and no one should really mess around with your feelings. No one should try to just be friends with benefits. No one should be giving you mixed signals. Like, in his mind, he feels like you're the type of person that is worthy of a title, worthy of being official. And yeah, you're just a person of value. I think there's also a little bit of confusion for him too when it comes to you, because he looks at you as someone who's so bright, such a bright light, radiant, sunny disposition, very, very warm and inviting. And you also have this like careful steadiness about you. And so I think sometimes he feels he's not sure where you'll be, because it's weird. It's like you show up consistently for him. Like, he never looks at you and is like, wow, she's so nice today. And then like the next time you see each other, he's like, wow, she's so mean. I don't think that at all. I think that he feels that you're very consistent in your demeanor. But I think that there's like this part of you that's very grounded and potentially guarded. And then there's also this part of you that's very welcoming. And so like I think that he feels this like you guys hit a almost like a ceiling or something. Like you and he's trying to break through that ceiling and get deeper with you or something. I think that he knows that there's a lot of depth there, but he has yet to experience it firsthand. And so these are things he's thinking about. He could also feel like there's struggle with priorities on both sides, where he has a lot of things going on in his life and you do too. And he's like trying to figure out how to make it work. Like, how do we get our lives to sync up? Because it kind of feels like there's different priorities or something. And like you both want to make time for each other, but we're like, when is it gonna align? Like, when is it gonna work out? I think that he's excited for you guys to like have the opportunity to open up to each other, to put yourself out there more, spend more time together. I think that's what he's looking forward to. Oh, he has said that. What did he say? Four, 4. That's how long I've been live. So as far as intentions go, I feel like since there's a lot of difficulty of you guys' schedule being able to be synced up, there's a lot of there's like a gap between the two of you that you both try to fill with fantasy and conversation. Um, what'd you say? He has a lot on his plate sometimes, can't manage his life, but that I seem to be okay with it. I told him I also have a lot on my plate being a mom, working, something that I always seem happy, and that I changed his opinion about wanting kids. Oh, that's so sweet. That's beautiful. Philomena, I have your question. Thank you, friend. Um, yeah, so I see this like fantasy that's happening between the two of you a lot of the time. It's maybe flirting, maybe conversation, but it's like I want to fill the gaps with something real. And because it's not always like an easy thing to do, we do a lot of daydreaming about each other, a lot of fantasizing about each other. But ultimately, he would love to move this thing forward. He would love to move this along. Um, I think honestly, he just wants ease in this connection and feel like things are going easy because truly, I think he's very interested in you. Um, I think that this might be a little bit of the stress that I felt he was under, or the heaviness that I was feeling. He was traveling a little while ago, and I remember feeling like he was having, what did I say, homesickness or something. I can't remember specifically, but he felt like he was being torn between you and something else, and that you would learn more about it when he comes back from this travel. And that's what I feel like, is I feel like he constantly feels divided, and what his intentions are to get this stuff sorted, because we have the 9 of Cups, and that talks about him wanting to get it all figured out so that he can pursue what he wants to pursue, have his wishes fulfilled, like basically like do the things that he wishes for. And that does require him to try to be resourceful, and I'm sure there's things in life that are happening that are not um they're out of his control, but whatever it is that he can control, I think he wants to. I think he wants to try. I think the main thing is he doesn't like disappointing you. I'm feeling very heavy in my chest, and I feel like he's extremely stressed out for whatever reason, but he's trying to keep it together. I think that he tells you like the facts. He tells you the facts, but he doesn't lay it on emotionally. He doesn't actually tell you the extent of the heaviness that he's dealing with, or the stress that he's feeling, or the pressure he's under. That's what it feels like. It feels like pressure. I think he might be prone to maybe panic attacks or anxiety attacks. Um, and I think that he's trying to shelter you from the extent of these things that he can go through. So just want to let you know that that is something I'm feeling and picking up on right now. Like lots of deep breaths. But here's the thing. You have such a happy disposition, and I think that he like never wants to bring you down into maybe the harder parts for him, especially because you are like newer. This is a newer connection. You haven't kissed, still reserved, but you can feel the tension. Ooh. Tension's fun. He's been respectful. He's moving in a few months. Oh, okay. That's right. I forgot. He's very close to you, as it is. Yes. So I have the Emperor here, which indicates that he tries not to show too much of what he goes through to you. I think he tries to like keep you from his emotional distress. his mental distress. He just tries to keep a very like even keel face. I think he doesn't want to bring you down into the harder parts of his life. The Emperor is also here, so I'm picking up on like father figure. I don't know if this is in reference to him and his father, or if this is in reference to him being a father or stepping in to be a father. But you know, that message is here. I know that you mentioned about him possibly wanting kids. So yeah. Main intention, SB, is to try not to bring you into his shit. And just try to get it sorted as quickly as he can so that way he can make more time for you. I think that he thinks that the move is actually going to open up his schedule more. But I gotta stop doing this reading because it's making me feel very like I feel like I'm tapping into his stress and I don't want to feel that way anymore. So I'm gonna let this go. But he's gonna do his best to try to make himself more available for USB because I think that right now he feels like he's just only able to dig into the responsibilities and obligations, and he doesn't get to give into his wants that much and have fun that often. And maybe he thinks that after he makes these changes that things will get better for him, is what I'm thinking. We are shuffling for your channeling or channeled messages. All right. I feel, wow, okay. So we have the Ten of Swords. I feel like this is confirming a little bit of what I was feeling. Pretty heavy stuff. So he's like, I've been through the weight of failure. There's a heaviness on me, and I have hidden a lot of the struggle from you. I do know that there are ups and downs of life, and I know that things will get better in time. I stand at the threshold of a profound transformation, and I know that the hardships will come to an end. I feel something new and something powerful emerging between us. I'm going to try to clear away the old to make space for what's coming. I am trying to take a handle on things, lead, and stand with authority when it comes to my life. I'm working hard to build security and stability. I feel a spark of excitement and curiosity, like a fire has been ignited between us. There is still so much more that I want to explore with you. I'm open to all possibilities that lie ahead. I am focusing on being more grounded and focused on new beginnings between us. I am willing to work hard for this, to manifest my dreams and build something solid for our future together. So that is what I have for you, SB. All right, next on the list is Philomena. Here we go. Philomena, what's coming for love in 2025? What's coming in love in 2025? All right, so Philomena, this is the year for you. I feel like this is the year where things really start to level up for you in your love life. I'm actually seeing someone coming in. We have the Knight of Cups. This is a person who is going to meet you where you're at. This is the arrival of romance, emotional depth, and idealistic love. Someone like a romantic partner coming into your life, bringing in new feelings for you. I do feel like this is the type of person that is really good with romantic expression, making sure that you understand their intentions. This could be the type of person that wears their heart on their sleeve, full of charm, sincerity, and whenever this card comes up, a lot of the times it reminds me of like them being an artist in some way. So it could be a musician. Basically, there's a lot of creative energy in this person. So if that's not their main job, it might be something that is like a passion of theirs, like acting, singing, dancing, writing, making like art, like painting and different types of art forms, pottery, writing poetry, like basically something that uses the creative mind to design. That's kind of the vibe of this person. Even something like comedy, like being creative and writing like comedic things, producing, directing, editing, photography. I mean, you name it, it's one of those categories is this type of person. And I feel like you might kind of fall head over heels for this person, or they might fall head over heels for you as well. And the reason why I think something big in 2024 is because the first card out is the Death card, or I'm sorry, 2025. The first card out is the Death card. This talks about transformation being at hand, something significant coming in for you. in 2025, like releasing the old, opening up for the new. It's kind of like a shedding what no longer serves you and creating space for new, fresh, powerful energy. So you might like see more of what you're looking for from someone in 2025. That's what it feels like to me. We also have the Six of Wands, which talks about victory, success. Six of Wands also talks about public recognition. So this is someone that you will date and that other people that you know in your life will tell you or will know about. So you want this person known. So this is someone that you're going to share with, like if your friends are like, hey, what's new, what's been going on with you, you're going to want to tell them about this person. You will maybe have them meet your friends and family. Basically, people in your life will know the two of you to be together or know the two of you to be dating. Let's see. This person will show you ways in which to love yourself, give yourself more kindness, more grace, maybe help you like evolve emotionally. Well, it's kind of reminding me of like, I knew that I loved my husband because of the way that I started loving myself. Um, that kind of thing. When I first met him, it was just like this slow evolution over time where I realized that I healed so much, that he gave me so much space to heal in this connection. And um, I truly started, because he loved me with consistency and vigor and power and strength between us. And it just got stronger and stronger every year. And he gave me the space to show up authentically and like really gave me the freedom to heal and all of that stuff. It's like I finally realized all of a sudden I had so much confidence and so much love for myself, and it's because the way that he loved me and gave me the space to do that. And so that's kind of what this card is reminding me of in terms of like the connection or what it will feel like. And then lastly, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So this card is telling me that you will be made a girlfriend next year. This connection might move a little bit fast as well because it's probably very passionate, attractive, stable, supportive connection built on mutual respect and care. I think there'll be certain things that'll feel like stepping stones, but I think the fierceness in which that you guys are into each other is pretty strong. And the Queen of Pentacles, let's just be real, it's the wife card. So 2025 could end in an engagement if you guys get engaged fast, but at the very least, I think you will be entering a relationship next year. So that is what I have, Philomena. Next up, I have Sweeter. All right, Sweeter, if you're here, feel free to check in with me. I'm about to read your question now. Hey, sweeter. I was just scrolling back in the live stream. I was trying to see what card I pulled for you earlier. Um, Let me see. It was early in the live stream. Give me 1 second. All right. Actually, I just realized I have no idea what card I pulled for you, sweeter, but I did get a yes in regards to this person being quote unquote done with the situation. So let's take a look. Let's confirm that. Let's confirm that. First of all, is he truly done with their connection? Is he truly done with their connection? I think it might have been the King of Wands. Will she be hearing from him again? Will he come see her? All right. So, sweeter, I am getting a yes that he is done with the connection. I got that double confirmed. This time I have the Judgment card. This indicates to me that he wishes you well. He is trying not to harbor any hard feelings. He really just wants a clean break. It's possible he hasn't decided yet. He's not sure. He probably won't reach out to you again. And if he does, it would be to like offer you clarity or closure. I don't think he'd be communicating with you again to rekindle anything. But he's on the fence in terms of, you know, will you hear from him again? He's on the fence. He hasn't quite decided if, like, you know, maybe there's some last minute things to tie up or loose ends to tie or whatever. I feel that he's done. I feel like he wants to move on. I feel like if you hear from him again, it likely won't be something that he initiated. I think it will be something that you initiate, and he's wanting to be polite. I feel like if you ask him a question, if you're just like, I just need to know XYZ, I think he would consider responding to you, but I don't think he has any intention of reaching out on his own. And like I said, if he does respond, it would just be to provide clarity. Judgment card talks about healing, the need to forgive one another, the need to move on and start anew. Give each other forgiveness, give each other clarity. But a lot of times, judgment means that you guys don't go back together. You just try to walk away and learn from it and pay respect to the lessons that you've learned and try to carry that into forward relationships. I asked if he will come and see you again, and I got a no. I have the Hanged Man. This card talks a lot about things being at least on a pause right now. But if you were to say, Luna, if you were to put money on whether or not we would like rekindle this, what would you say? I'd say I'm putting money on the connection is done, because the energy that I'm tapping into from him, it does not feel like he's open. He's closed off. I think you can take what he says at face value. And again, the only thing I can do is tap into the energy that we're currently in at this time. If he changes his mind, then that will have to be a reading for another day. But right now, it feels pretty final on his end. I feel like he's trying not to hurt you, though. Like, I think that he's purposely avoiding and trying to disconnect from you in a way that may be hurtful to you. Like, you may say, well, he is hurting me, but I think he's trying not to. Hey, Holly, welcome in. Thanks, Amy. Let's see. Why did he change his mind? Why did he change his mind? So Sweeter, you guys had a lot of issues, I think, with connection. I think that he thought this was something that he felt it wasn't. The devil is here, so that indicates like a lot of issues in the connection. Um, it's also what stands in your way. So he could have seen you as wife material, but he was still battling his own devil, his own problems, his own issues, and that was standing in the way of him being able to fully commit. I do have the Fool here. Um, you may be right, Sweeter, because the Fool wants to start anew, wants to start over, and so does Judgment, but they always have like their head turned. Like, they're always looking at the past, even though they say they want to move on. So you might be onto something there. But in regards to this current reading and this current energy, I feel like he's trying to move forward. Hey, Langland. Sorry, friend. My free list closed about an hour ago. Sweeter, let me know if there's anything else I said that you need clarity on. Also, Sweeter, I have a question for you. Do you know him to talk to anyone else besides you? He said it's a lot. He's mad at you because his fake brother hit on you. Oh, hey, Holly. You want to move up on the list? I can move you up. Is that what you donated to Skip? Okay. Hold on one second. He allowed that, so why get upset with me because of something you allowed your fraternity brother to do? He's making it seem like you betrayed him. Okay, yeah, because I was going to say, I think that there's another woman around. That's also another interpretation of the Queen of Pentacles. Sometimes the Queen of Pentacles shows up when there's another woman and the devil here, so that could be causing confusion. And then this person could be standing, because remember I said the devil's like what you allow to stand in your way of something. So this person can be interrupting your connection. All right, Holly, I can move you up. You'll be in front of everyone starting at James, because I had a couple pre-orders that we can't skip ahead on. So let me move you up real quick. All right, Holly, paid to skip. All right, there you go, girl. Thank you. I moved you up. He told you they still talk and have love for each other, but he doesn't want her physically or sexually. I know he's dealing with her, but I think on a financial level. He told me at dinner he wants you, but has to deal with her. I know that's what's causing him to act this way. Yeah. Yeah, I think she's causing issues for your connection, sweeter. He did tell you that if he had to deal with her, he would walk away from you instead of hurting you. It seems like he needs to tie up these loose ends, and right now he feels stepping away from your connection is less complicated. It doesn't mean that it's less complicated emotionally, but maybe like realistically, because he has a ties to this ex. He feels like with you, because I just kept hearing the words clean break. And so I feel like with you, he feels like it's an easier thing to disconnect from than his ex right now. And I feel like that's a hurtful thing to hear, but he's looking at it logically, not emotionally when he says that. You're welcome, Holly. We'll get to you in a few minutes. Yeah, so sweeter, I would say right now, just take what he says at face value. But I think that things could potentially change. It's just pretty final as of right now while he sorts through these other things that he has going on. Yeah, I would just kind of let you do your own thing, go your own way, and maybe leave the ball in his court, because until he's ready to show up for you the way that you want him to or need him to, there's always going to be confusion in your connection. So I think you should give him the space to sort it out on his end. So that way, if and when he does come back around, you will have like a new, better, more available version of him. Okay, thank you so much, Luna. You always give me clarity. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I saw earlier you said that you think that I might be able to help you, and that means a lot. I'm happy to be here. You appreciate me for answering the question. You know, it takes a lot of energy. Thank you. It does take a lot of energy, but I will say when I have people like you, sweeter, that are just open to hearing what I have to say and just like accepting whatever it is, and you know, like when you're open to it, when you're more open versus closed off, it makes it a lot easier for me actually. So thank you for your good energy and making it easier for me to do readings. And you're very welcome. I'm wishing you a lot of love and light, and good luck if he decides to come back around. I hope it's even better than before. And let's take... Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that you move forward with clarity. I don't want you walking away confused. Oh, thank you for the tip. Thank you, sweeter. You're the best. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. I really need it, girl. I really need it right now. I haven't been working a lot, so that means a lot. Thank you so much for sending that over. I'm happy to hear that it's not a cliffhanger. I'm happy to hear that I'm able to give you that clarity that you need. I hope you have a great night, friend. All right. So this is for Phoenix. Phoenix is a mini. All right, we're going to do an energy check for Phoenix now. Oh, you're so funny, sweeter. Thank you so much. Thank you, girl. Have a good night. All right, so we're shuffling for Phoenix now. Energy check-in. Energy check-in. All right, so your person you're asking about, Phoenix, they're feeling a bit restless at this time. I almost feel like I'm tapping into your energy and his energy. I feel like you guys are very much resembling one another, and maybe you're having a lot of fear coming through. And I feel like he's feeling restless. So it's like kind of the same. It's kind of the same vibration. He's restless and you're fearful. And what is going on with him? What's happening? You got a lot of wands here. Is this talking about still, while maybe there's some confusion in your connection? Maybe, you know, what I will say is that every relationship, it ebbs and flows. sometimes you're going to be aligned. Sometimes you're going to be, oh my God, we're clicking. Like, I know exactly what he's thinking. He knows what I'm thinking. And we're just like flowing. We're on the same page. And before I say something, he's reading my mind and saying it out loud. And like, sometimes you're in that kind of energy with your person. And then sometimes you're ebbing. Sometimes it's slower. Sometimes it's two ships passing in the night. Sometimes you feel guarded. And I feel like you guys are going through kind of a time like that. But what's holding strong is the attraction for one another, the feelings that you guys have for each other. It just seems like it might be like a harder time for you both. I think there's a lot of fear. I think that it's manifesting in your connection as well. So we're almost like doing some self-fulfilling prophecies, which you can't be doing. I feel like he feels burdened and stressed. I feel like there's almost like a sneaky energy to Phoenix. Like if you're doing something that he doesn't know about, or you feel like you're hiding, like for example, you may not want him to know you're getting readings from me. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just trying to better understand, but you don't want him to know that. And that feels sneaky. Or you could be spying on him. You know, you could be looking at his phone and trying to like see if there's any kind of weirdness going on, or you could be like snooping on social media, or I don't know, or he could be doing the same thing to you. Maybe there's like a trust situation going on here. But like, sneaking doesn't necessarily mean someone's like doing you wrong. It just means that you don't want them to find out what you're doing. Because maybe they would be unhappy with you, or maybe it would start a fight or something like that. So I think that it's like almost like these feelings of fear and mistrust and confusion and wishing that there was closeness that's now causing, it's almost like manifesting in physical form, where really there's nothing actually wrong. Like, you're not doing something wrong, he's not doing something wrong, but because there's a lot of assumptions or misunderstandings being made, and plus like, I know that you don't always feel as close to him as you would like to feel, because I do have the 5 of Pentacles, like separation, that, or like some kind of disconnect, or a feeling like your relationship is not favorable right now, or it's not abundant right now. Like if you were to rate your relationship financially, you would say it's poor, on the poor line, because you guys aren't able to nurture the connection as much as you want to. Let me ask if this is, I feel like I want to ask, are we coming out? We're coming out of this. We are, Phoenix. So this is not a feeling that's going to last for a long time. I do feel that you're coming out of it. We have the 4 of Swords, which is like coming out of like the hardest part of the connection that you have experienced so far, putting lots of mutual energy and effort back into this connection. 8 of Pentacles and 6 of Pentacles. What is the thing that helps this connection? Moving forward, moving on. Maybe, I don't know if you guys live together or not. If you don't, maybe moving in together would help, because you guys would feel more in each other's energy, even if you can't make time for each other. If you are living together, there's something that you're doing in your home environment that is helping you build a better connection together. So that's the catalyst for change here. And then you guys are putting in mutual effort to make this stronger. So I would say right now the energy is not the best, but you are coming out of it. So that is what I have, Phoenix. Hopefully you enjoyed this reading. We are going to move on to James. James, if you are here, please check in. So we got James M. Rhoda Holly. Oh, wait, hold on. Amy. I'm sorry, girl. You're next. Amy's next. Look at me. I'm trying to skip over people. All right. So we just did Phoenix. Next is Amy. Oh, You know what? You know what's messing me up is that I'm going off of an old list. And I think I messed up because, yeah. All right, so we have Amy. Then we have Holly because she paid to skip. Then James. Then Emlyn's. Then Rhoda. Okay, we're good. We're all caught up. Sorry, guys, if that was temporarily confusing. Your questions are on Insta. Yeah, give me a second here. Oh, gotta breathe out. Gotta breathe out. I've been making a lot of dandelion tea lately because I feel like I've had a lot of inflammation. I barely had any Thanksgiving dinner yesterday just because of like this feeling, because I have had and currently struggle with inflammation disorders. And oh, I didn't tell you, Amy, I went to the doctor the other day and she told me that she's as certain as she can be that I have fibromyalgia. So I was like, great, just add that to the freaking list. So I'm trying as hard as I can to just listen to my body and get it the nutrients that it needs. So I've been doing a lot of teas lately and water because I feel like tea also dehydrates me. But I'm trying to get it my liver supported because I feel like it struggles. I do castor oil packs, I do multivitamins, I'm doing lots of different teas, I do probiotics, I just ordered zinc. I'm trying as hard as I can to like listen to my body, but it's been rough. I'll have to tell you more, Amy, later, like in a private message, but yeah, it's been tough. All right, Amy. You said questions on Insta. And you did BOGO. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let me shuffle for you, Amy. Give me like just like a minute or so, and I'll be right back. I'm going to be on mute for a second. Rhoda, posting your question in case you fall asleep. Okay, Rhoda, I got you. So when you say what's coming towards you, you're just looking for any kind of energy that could be coming your way. Just to clarify. All right, Bogo 1. What's truly going on? Wait, you said I can read them. Okay. What's truly going on with Aries? Why hasn't he been talking to you anymore or responded to your text? You stated in your yes, no, it's been about 2 to 3 days, zero response. He hasn't unmatched you. So you don't know what's going on as to why he's doing this or what's happening. That's why you're surprised. Spirit said yes, he still wants to hang with me. Okay. What's truly been going on? What's truly been going on? All right, Amy. He's got his hands in other honeypots, is what I'm getting. Yes, a friend. Go ahead and leave your question with me. I'm sorry if you guys are tired. I'm trying to get to you as quickly as I can. I'm trying to get this done before 1, but we'll see. Definitely leave your question with me, girl. All right, so yeah, he's got his hands in other cookie jars, honestly, Amy, and you know, here's the thing, he's spreading his wealth amongst multiple people, and I think truly he's just figuring out which connections are worth exploring. I don't think he's juggling it very well. I don't think this is like comes easy to him. He probably just sticks with like focusing on one person at a time, and that's probably why it's hard for him to engage with you, because he's like also engaging with other people. But I still think that he intends to follow through with the date that you guys discussed on next weekend, I think you said. So I think that he's just kind of leaving that on the schedule, and I think he'll be back around to communicate with you. Obviously, if his connection with someone else ramps up, which I don't think it's hit that point yet, but if someone else's connection ramps up, he might end up pulling away from you a little bit more. But I think he's just playing the field. We have the 7 of Cups. It says that he's got a lot of options right now. So your connection is not stronger, but it's also not weaker than any other connection he has right now. I think he's talking to a couple other people. I would say like maybe 1 or 2 more people. But he still has the intention to go out with you, because I don't think he wants to write you off just yet. But I think that's what it is. I think his focus is just being pulled in multiple directions, and it's leaving you feeling a disconnect. I do feel that the only way he'll cancel on you is if he feels like he's building a stronger connection elsewhere. But as of right now, that has not happened. And it's not that he thinks you're going to care that he's talking to other people, but he doesn't want to make it awkward either. Like, even though he's not committed to you, you're not committed to him, that's still not a comfortable conversation. It's kind of awkward. So, like, nobody wants to hear the person that they're talking to is talking to someone else, even though it's casual and like it's new. It's awkward, you know? So I think that he's just kind of, you know, and I think, honestly, I think he'll chalk it up to the holidays too. And like whatever his responsibilities are, and maybe just get back to you late, like, sometime this weekend and be like, hey, sorry, holidays were crazy, etc., etc. So I think right now is honestly just a waiting game for this person. I think that this would be your opportunity as well, Amy, to play the field yourself, But at least you can hold on to the fact that his intentions are to still go on that date with you right now. So like I said, he's not writing you off just yet. So I think we just need to kind of give it a couple of days and see what happens. But I do think, Amy, though, if he hasn't communicated with you by this weekend, which I think he will, but if he hasn't, I think that I don't like that style, like me personally, offering advice to you. That would be, almost a week since you had heard from him. And I just don't think there's really an excuse. A couple of days is one thing, but a week? Nah, not for me. Hey, I got your question, girl. Yeah, I mean, it sucks when you feel like you've hit it off with someone, Amy, but like that's why you shouldn't give all your energy to someone. Not saying you do that, but you shouldn't give your energy to someone completely when you first start talking to them. Don't dig into the fantasy of like the future. Really be present and in the moment. Go, do I like this person or do I like that they like me? And don't go, oh, let's make plans a week in the future, 2 weeks in the future, or like fantasizing about being in a relationship. You don't want to do that in the beginning because you're going to give too much of your energy to that person. And then when it doesn't work out, you're going to be so upset. So only give what they're giving back. Rising, hey friend, happy holidays. I hope you had a great week. It's so nice to see you. And when he gets back to you, like, you don't have to respond to him right away either. You can make him wait a couple hours. Clearly, it's going to be fine with him. If he can go a couple days without talking to you, he's not going to mind a couple hours. So you just get back to him when you feel ready. All right. So let's take a look at your second question. True intentions, feelings, and thoughts. True intentions. All right. We got slow and steady. We have the Knight of Cups. So he doesn't intend on jumping in really quickly with you. He intends on building a connection with you brick by brick, slow and steady. I don't think he wants to jump into like a physical relationship really fast either. I think he just wants to kind of let things naturally evolve with you. I think that he wants to build trust with you. He wants to like take things slow is kind of what I'm getting. I don't think he wants to jump into anything right away. He's coming through as the Emperor. So this is a person of authority. This is a person that leads. So I feel like he's the type of person that, once things get off the ground or maybe once you go on a date, he's the type of person that's going to want to show you that he's a gentleman, that he's mature, that he's boyfriend material. It's just a very structured type of personality. But with both the Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor, this is like an acts of service person. This is not necessarily someone who's going to really show his feelings or wear his heart on his sleeve. And I think that's how he intends to continue this connection. He's probably going to keep a lot of things to himself. Might be the type of person where you really got to pull it out of him, whatever he's thinking or feeling. So if you're a words of affirmation girly, this might not be the best circumstance for you, because I think he's going to be very reserved, do things in moderation. We have the moon and the temperance card here. So he's keeping things deep down. Let's see. What are his feelings? What are his feelings for her? Yeah. Dating isn't easy. I feel like dating in your 20s is also hard too. Because you're still trying to figure out what you want too, you know? What does he think of her? What does he think of her? I feel like he feels like you're a great person to talk to. One message that's coming through is that you're a really good conversationalist. So, you know, like there's a joke that person can talk to a wall. Like you are interesting enough on your own that you could literally make conversation with anyone. You're really good at continuing the conversation. You're really good at thinking of things to say so that the conversation isn't lagging, and that there's no like awkward silences. It's like you're really good at coming up with topics and things to communicate. And that's something that he's complimenting you on. He feels like you always have something fun or interesting or something to give to the conversation, which is really nice for him. It's a really good balance because he's not as much of a talker. And sometimes that awkward silence or like not knowing what to say next, it's makes someone be filled with anxiety. And so you really know how to carry on a conversation, and that's something that he really likes about you and finds very attractive about you. He says you're really witty. You think on your feet. He views you as someone who would be really good at improv. And not necessarily improv like acting, maybe, but I think more like improvisations. Like if you guys are in a jam, like some type of bind or pickle or whatever you want to call it, like if there's an issue that has arisen, he feels like you'd be really good at figuring out solutions for that because he thinks that you think fast on your feet. So you would be able to figure out something to do. So for example, you know, I'm throwing something out there. You're baking a cake, right? And you're like, oh shoot, I don't have this one ingredient. You would be able to think on your feet and go, you know what? I don't have that ingredient, but I could do this. Like if the cake calls for eggs, you don't have eggs, but you have yogurt, you know, or mayonnaise. You'd be like, okay, I'll do this. We'll be able to make this work. Like he just feels like you'd be the type of person that's really fast on your feet, and just be able to improv, not necessarily just with cooking, but just like with problems in general. I feel like he finds you very attractive. He really likes what he's seen of you so far. There's a couple pictures of like a very femininely shaped woman. We have the star in the Page of Cups, very, very curvy energy, which he finds appealing. I do think that he looks at you as someone who confronts him, though, with certain things that may be out of his comfort zone, and he doesn't necessarily know how to answer it. And you're coming from a place of, I'm just putting this out there, and you're like, no pressure, but he doesn't want to disappoint you, so he doesn't really know what to say. So, remember me telling you, like, if you're very forward, it's hard for him sometimes to know how to respond. So you may want to just let him take the lead a little bit so that way you both stay comfortable. But let me know if you have any follow-up to this question. I guess with all of this, I do wonder how he fares you compared to other connections. So he said it's not a stronger or weaker connection. Right now, he's still feeling through things with these other people, but you're not, it's not like there's anyone that's standing out above you or anything like that right now. Yeah, I know. Maybe he doesn't like his voice. Maybe he is like embarrassed by how he sounds, or maybe he doesn't have a good experience with phone calls and it's just not his thing, or maybe he was hoping to text more before you guys got to that point. Or maybe sending voice clips before you do a phone call. I don't know. Sometimes I know with kids with your generation, they're not big on phone calls. They're more like texters. So maybe he just felt like it was too much too soon or something. I don't know. I mean, I do think that he should have just been direct with you. I think that he should have just said, no, that's not my thing. Maybe like later on when we get closer, possibly. But he could have answered your question. I'm not making an excuse for him. But he may not have known how to answer that without hurting your feelings. What to expect for the future? I have the Four of Wands. So I think you'll be able to, I think you're going to go on a date, Amy. I think that you're at least going to have a first date with this person. He could have just answered it. Yeah. Sorry, girl. Hey, Holly. All right, so you donated for an in-depth reading. I just wasn't sure if you had a question for me or if you wanted a love spread. So just let me know what we're doing for you. Oh, wait, I see it here. Can I get the current energy of Timon towards time? Is it Timon or Timon? Timon? Can I get the current energy towards me? We are supposed to have a first date tomorrow. I hope he follows through. He deleted social media today, but I can still text. Oh. Timon. Okay, got you. Oh, Timon. Timon. Oh, interesting. Okay. Boys be dumb. You're just trying to be open to all you say and take the guidance. No, don't be silent. Always appreciate your advice. You're welcome, Amy. All right. Well, we'll talk soon, I'm sure, friends. Timon. Okay. No, you're good. All right. Let's take a look at this energy and see what's going on. Holly and Timon. Holly and Timon. Oh, gotcha. All right. Will he follow through? What's his current energy right now towards her? You have talked today though, is that right? I think that you guys are still going to go on a date. I know that all signs are pointing to you have. Okay. I know that all signs are pointing to we're not going out, but I think that you will be. Now the energy is not the best. It's neutral, I would say. But I do see that there's a lot of weighing pros and cons, feeling a pause. Like it does feel like there's a bit of a block here. Like basically, it's not overwhelming you with excitement. And it's not for him, he's like also kind of in this like on the fence energy. So maybe there's nerves kicking in about tomorrow or something, and that's what I'm picking up on. And your nerves of being like, is he ghosting me? Like, what is this? Are we still going to see each other? Like, what's up? I think you will. I think you'll hear from him, especially if the conversation's been going well and you tell him, hey, still looking forward to tomorrow, we'll talk soon or something. Like if you kind of just tell him that your intention is to still go on this date, I think you'll see a good result from that. But I do see here with the Ace of Wands in terms of like he's still interested in you. And then in terms of his energy, we also have the Four of Wands where he does want to take this connection to the next level, which the next natural step would be going on a date. So I asked why he deleted his social media, and we have the Eight of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. I think this was a personal choice. I think he was trying to detox from social media. I think that there was some type of like disconnect for him there. And I think that this was just a personal choice to make, these changes to his social medias. And I don't know if it's all of them or if it's just one of them. I'm not quite sure. But I have here Eight of Cups moving on, Five of Cups disappointment, and Four of Cups needing to reserve or conserve your energy. So maybe he felt like it's, it can be toxic for him if he's like scrolling for too long, or he just needs a detox. And also I'm hearing temporary. So I think his socials will be back up. I don't think this is a long-term thing for all of his socials to be down. Now he might go, well, I just really I don't know. I'm trying to think of something like a dead app. I think at this point, Facebook is kind of dead. So he might go, yeah, I don't really need it. Like I'm never on it. It's not necessary. But I think there are some apps that he's going, This just wasn't good for me. It was a distraction for me, and I just needed to kind of disconnect for a little while. So I think it's overall temporary, but I felt like he's like, I need to conserve my energy. Yeah, I don't know. I would say depending on how much you've messaged him today, um I think just being like, I'm still looking forward to hanging out with you tomorrow. Talk soon. Just kind of like let him know that your intention is still to see him. But despite what it looks like on the outside, I think you will still go on your date, which is kind of crazy because you would think that all signs are pointing to he's pulling away, but I don't think he is. I think that at a minimum, he'll just want to reschedule. But I don't think he's going to cancel on you altogether. I think you'll hear from him. And I hope I'm right. Is there anything else I can answer for you, Holly? You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, if you're worried about like him going ghost, or like you're like, did he really delete his social media or did he block me? You could always just go on from a different account and look him up and see. But it sounds like to me this was a personal choice. I don't think this had anything to do with you specifically. But I understand your concern, and I don't know if he would like be aware that this is something that you would have noticed. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, so to me, I think that this was a personal choice. I don't think this was associated with you. I think that he just needed to disconnect for a little while. So I don't want you to stress too much. Conversation went well today. I think that it could just be your experience with other people that might be putting you into a place of worry. Because if you guys had established trust and consistency, and you had no reason not to trust him, you wouldn't be worried right now. You would just be like, oh, he probably fell asleep. I'll talk to him in the morning. But because you guys haven't had a chance to establish that trust yet, that makes it harder for you to feel like there's going to be follow through. And then if you compound that with experiences where people have let you down in the past, your body's just trying to protect itself and prepare for the worst. So don't give yourself a self-fulfilling prophecy. Just leave the night on a good note with him. And I feel like you will hear from him soon, okay? Perfect. Thank you, Holly. All right, next up we have James. We need James to check in. You're welcome, Holly. Have a good night. All right, so we have James, then we have M Wins, then we have Rhoda. M Wins and Rhoda left their question with me. So if M Wins and Rhoda are in here, you are more than welcome to hang around, or you can come back later and listen to your reading, but just know that your reading will be done tonight because you left your questions with me. I'm about to work on James. And hopefully he checks in soon. James, we're going to do this for you and Patty. I do hope that that is the person that you're asking about tonight. For those of you who are hanging out, we are working on James's reading. He donated for a channeled message, a love to, and a BOGO. After that, we have MWIMS, then we have Rhoda, and then your girl is signing off for the night. It's going to be a little quiet in here while I work on this channeling. These channelings that I do are first person messages from your person to you. They are $35 and it's a direct personal customized message, which is why I charge that amount, because it's curated and it does take a lot out of me to channel. So, but it's definitely a crowd favorite. I would say that it's my specialty. It's the one thing that I offer that I don't think a lot of other people do. It's what I'm known for. So they're a lot of fun. If you haven't gotten one before, you should definitely consider it. All right, let's see. James and Patty. All right, James, this is for you. And then we are going to move on to... Sorry, got distracted. We're going to move on to your love 2 after this. All right, so your message from her. She says, lately, I have been doing a lot of reflecting. I feel like I need your forgiveness for more than just my recent behavior, but honestly, for my track record of indecent things and offenses towards you. The way I treat you is disproportionate to the way that I feel about you and towards you. There is this deep sense that I'm standing at a crossroads trying to decide what comes next. I want to take the high road that is evolved, get to know myself better to recalibrate the areas where I feel off. I'm waiting for something to shift, but I don't know what that shift is yet. I think maybe I can start with a shift in perspective. So that is your message. And let's get going on your love 2. All right. So for what is she giving to the connection, or how is she showing up? We have the Queen of Swords. Her thoughts for him, her thoughts for you, Temperance. Her feelings for you, Four of Pentacles. Her intentions, the Hermit. Her blocks or influences, Ace of Pentacles. And for overall energy, we have the Six of Pentacles. So The first thing coming through is the Queen of Swords. She is trying to use her discernment in the relationship. She's trying to come from a place of wisdom from the lessons that she has learned out of this connection, the way in which that she doesn't want to move forward with you, trying to invoke more direct communication. What is the word that I was thinking of? Trying to or yes, just put into effect a more direct communication, trying not to hold back and speaking her truth about her feelings. There's a sense that she's trying to create a place of understanding between the two of you to avoid any confusion and be more assertive about what she's looking for, what she wants, and what she needs. But a big part of the Queen of Swords is perspective. It is trying to observe and feel and just do things from a place of like self-protection and preservation, but at the same time being as forthright as she can be. Her thoughts for you is temperance. I think that there have been times recently where she's felt a lot of balance and harmony with you, and she is liking that energy and would like to see more of that in your connection. She's trying to find a peaceful equilibrium or solution between your differences and maybe trying not to be so reactive to the things that may trigger her. Because I think, honestly, I don't think she likes apologizing. I think she knows when she needs to, but I think she would rather just do something the right way the first time, because she's noticing that when she doesn't and has to come back and apologize later, that makes things for more complications in her relationships. And so I don't think that she really wants to do that anymore. She really wants to find a more harmonious and sustainable way to get along with you. I do think that she thinks this will take time and careful adjustment, but it's not something that she wants to go without. I think she thinks that this is an important part of your connection, is finding that balance. We also have the Four of Pentacles for her feelings for you. I would say she's not just going to outright tell you, like, I can see a future with you and I really want to take this to a romantic level or anything. Even if she's thinking it, it's just not really something she's going to say because she's a bit more reserved and guarded right now. I do feel like she's holding on tightly to her feelings, like her privacy, just to like protect herself from getting hurt. But I do think that she deeply cares about you. But there's that reluctance to fully open up and take risks in this relationship. So I think maybe when she sees a more stable connection, and again, I said before, a lot of the times you guys have a disconnect or interruptions in your connection because of her. So when I say more stable relationship, I'm not saying this is pointing fingers at you. I'm just saying that when she feels the connection's more stable, then maybe she can let go of that holding back. For her intentions for the relationship, we have the Hermit. She's leaning towards introspection and solitude. I feel like she has this strong feeling of needing personal reflection to understand herself and your relationship on a deeper level. And that's a little bit what she talked about actually in her channeled message. She feels she's on a journey of self-discovery and she needs to undertake that part of things before moving forward with you romantically. And so there's gonna feel like you guys are in communication, but there are gonna be times where you feel she is pulling back, but I feel like that's temporary. I don't think that's something that's gonna just like keep happening. And I think if you feel pulling back, it's not because she's pushing you away. It's just because she's pulling herself back. There's a difference. Imagine if she was pushing you out of her life physically, taking her arms and saying, get out of my life. That feels different than if she takes a step backwards. It doesn't feel as resistant. And so it will feel a different energy. Even though you might go, I've been here before, because we're not talking right now. It's not that she's pushing you out of her life or trying to. It's her just saying, I'm taking a step back for this self-discovery, but I'll be back. We also have the Ace of Pentacles here in terms of blocks or influences. I feel like there's an opportunity for growth on the horizon for her that has not quite been manifested yet. Again, financial concerns could potentially be an issue here, but if both of you guys are doing good, like financially, then this could just be her seeing that building something with you brick by brick so that things feel good is maybe a priority for her. There could also be a hesitation for her to invest in something long term before going through this journey of self-discovery, as I mentioned. We also have, and lastly, overall energy, Six of Pentacles, which the overall energy feels like a balancing act. Six of Pentacles is all about give and take. It's all about making sure the scales are even. It's about generosity and the ability to receive, not just give, but also receive. There are people out there that can give compliments really well, but when it comes to accepting compliments, it's hard, or they have no problem overextending themselves to help other people. But when it comes to asking for help, it's hard. So it's not just about what is she giving to you and what are you giving to her and what is she taking and what are you taking. It's about the ability to let someone in. So that's part of it there. I feel like there's a desire for fairness between the both of you, and it's needing to be equal. Really, that's what it all comes down to, sharing and supporting each other, and for you to feel that she's just as invested in this as you are. So that's what I've got, James, for your love too. I don't see you yet for your BOGO, so I'm going to move on to Rhoda and M wins. And if you step in with your BOGO questions, then we'll get to you as soon as we can. So next on my list is M wins. Let me pull up your question. M wins, if you're here, feel free to check in. All right, so this is for M wins. And M wins donated for a in-depth reading. M wins, if you're here and want to check in, feel free to do so. All right, you want to know if there's potential in the future for your current boyfriend and you. Oh, current potential marriage. Current potential marriage in the future for your current boyfriend and you. Is there potential marriage in the future for current boyfriend and M wins? Wins, yes, I do think that you guys can tie the knot here. I see you guys being able to make it long term. We do have the World, which shows success and ending your days together in marriage. We also have the 10 of Pentacles, where it indicates that he wants to be in your life for a long time, you want to be in his for a long time, etc. This is the card and energy of like enduring, long-lasting, long-term love where you are old and gray together and till death do us part, all of that. The world also talks about success and achievement. So if you feel like marriage would be feeling like an accomplishment, a success, or a completed goal for you, that energy is here. Now, I also see the Two of Cups, which indicates mutual love and reciprocation, feeling like you guys are both um, having just as strong of feelings for one another as the other person. So it feels very mutual. This card is of partnership, unity, love, compatibility. It also signifies engagements and marriage and things of that nature. We also have the Ace of Cups, which talks about victory, and feeling successful and starting a life together. Justice also has to do with the law, so this could be seen as a commissioner or someone, or getting married by the state, signing contracts, that sort of thing, getting married at a courthouse. It doesn't mean that's what's going to happen, but it can indicate legal marriage. Justice is here, that just talks about like things that are legal, which marriages are one of those things. So you have a lot of cards indicating marriage being something that's here. I do feel though with the Five of Cups that there's a lot of change that's going to need to happen. There is the potential here for this, and I do feel like it's more likely going to happen than not. I would say like 80-20, 85-15, something like that. But they are talking about how there's a lot of grievances that will need to be let go. The Five of Cups talks about grief, focusing on the negative, feeling lonely, adjustments required, feeling grief, maybe needing to mourn the relationship if there's been some not so great things that have happened between you guys, and try to start something new on a fresh foot. Put that behind you, never bring it up again. Forgiveness that needs to happen. Essentially, I'm seeing here with the Six of Swords that you guys really have to move on. This could be one or both of you in the connection as a page. This indicates to me that there's a lot of growth that has either happened or will need to happen in this connection. And this can talk about growth within your relationship between the two of you. This can also talk about individual growth, your personal journey and his personal journey. It can also talk about maturity and the readiness for this type of commitment, needing some more time for that. So I do feel like you might be approaching a transitional time right now. So in all honesty, I think yes. This is kind of the energy that it feels like for me when me and my husband were in this place where we had been together for a long time. And I was like, where are we going? Like, when you think of our future, what do you see? And he was like, I see us together in a house and we have, our cats. And I was like, do you see us married? And he's like, yeah, at some point. But I was ready for a proposal before he was. And eventually our timeline synced up and we got to that point. But I feel like you might be at this place where you're kind of like, put a ring on it, a snooze or lose kind of thing. I hope you're happy in your relationship. I can't remember the last thing that we talked about or where you guys are at right now. But if this is someone new, I think that you guys are well on your way, and there's a lot of growth to be discovered here, a lot of lessons to be learned, and it's going to make you better for it. If this is someone you have been with for a while, if there's any doubt, I think you guys can work through this, but just those adjustments need to be made. There needs to be a desire on both parties for, personal individual growth, as well as desire for evolvement in the connection. So that is what I have for you, Em. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Rhoda. Rhoda, let me get shuffling for you. Rhoda, if you're here, you can check in. Rhoda, if you are just now finding this, we are shuffling for your question. All right, Rhoda. I think that a lot of what's happening in December is you kind of reflecting on what has gone well for you in December. What has gone well for you in the year. So in December, you'll be reflecting what has gone well for you, what has not gone well for you. Just a lot of reflecting on your progress, particularly long-term goals, like the things that did work for you, what you would like to continue and bring into the new year, and then the things that are not working for you or weren't working for you. So maybe evaluating where you put time, energy, and resources into it. Is that thing paying off, or should there be adjustments? Or maybe people that you put time, energy, and resources. Is that proportionate to the time and energy you put in versus the payoff of that thing? You might find yourself at a crossroads wondering if your efforts are yielding the expected results, whether it's time to adjust, continue with the same path, maybe reassessing financial or career goals, looking at what has been achieved versus what still needs to be worked on. The Seven of Pentacles does talk about patience, because I think that you do realize that the things that are good that come to you take time to see the full fruits of your labor. But I think that this year was like a great year of kind of trial and error, if you will. I also have the Eight of Cups, the theme of moving on or walking away. So you may feel like you're at an emotional turning point in December where you're ready to leave behind the things that aren't serving you. And sorry to be redundant, but that's kind of what the cards are showing. It's indicating maybe you are confirmed in the fact that you made the right decision walking away from a situation or person or a mental state or a habit or something along those lines. I think that there could be a little bit of sadness for what wasn't able to come to pass, but that is going to be coupled with hope for what is to come. I think you might also be on a journey of self-discovery yourself. I think that you're in pursuit of growth in certain areas, and you might be looking to test the waters a bit, maybe feeling like this year was trial and error. Maybe the year 2025 is about exploring new things and doing new things and getting myself out of my comfort zone or leaving the familiar. Doesn't necessarily mean altogether you could do a complete life overhaul, or it could just be trying new things. And just a strong theme of letting go of the past to move forward could dominate your thoughts and your intentions in December. We also have the Eight of Swords, which can maybe make you feel like you could feel stuck or bound by a certain situation. That could be a sense of frustration for you. there could be also, it could also be nothing about anything specific. It could just be dealing with maybe like seasonal depression. Not saying that you're going to be depressed, but saying that maybe less sunlight is calling for you to have more grace for yourself, more downtime. Less sun could be making you feel a little bit off. And so if there are any mental issues or restrictions, maybe you can prepare now, that you have a couple days left in November, to try to see what things you can do to kind of help combat these things if negative thoughts are to arise. I think it's crucial for you to be working on releasing self-imposed fears or anxieties. And yeah, so we also have Justice in the Three of Wands, and this indicates to me that December could bring a significant focus on seeking balance. And the Three of Wands is that of expansion. 3 is the number of expansion and looking ahead. I'm kind of getting the sense that you want to go somewhere new or move somewhere new, and I don't know like what this is, but it's like, it feels like travel to me. If I'm way off base, maybe it's like a new job. Or if you already have a new job, maybe it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's like new career or new travel. Like this is location based for me. It's not like, oh, I want to try a cooking class or I want to like take up a new hobby. To me, it feels like there's a sense that your everyday life feels like a change, something that consumes your everyday life all day, every day. So that's either your living environment or your work environment generally, because you spend a lot of time at home and you spend a lot of time at work. So that's why I'm picking up on that. But it's like this desire for something new or seeking something new in terms of a shift in your day-to-day life. Trying to see if there's anything else. Yeah, just that potential for new travel experiences, the pursuit of opportunities outside of your current environment or comfort zone is definitely pretty strong here. I would say it's just a time of preparation and being proactive for what's ahead. So themes of letting go, reflection, patience, and understanding that the things that you have done this year are the building blocks to get you to where you're going. There could be some minor mental struggles, but I think you can work through that and you can prepare yourself for that if that's going to arise. Holding yourself accountable and creating balance in your life, and themes of expansion and growth. So this could be a significant time of some decision making, sorting through past attachments, confronting again those mental blocks. And I think pretty soon you're going to just basically be preparing for the next year. I think a little bit of December will carry into January, by the way. Sometimes the new year, it doesn't feel like a natural new year to people. Sometimes the spring feels like the new year for some people, sometimes fall, sometimes summer. But I noticed that just because it's a new year doesn't necessarily mean people feel like it's a new year. So just know that you might have some residual stuff that you didn't work through in December, you will in January. And as the weather starts to warm up, maybe some things will start to feel like, okay, yeah, it's 2025 now. So don't be like hard on yourself if there's like rollover into January when it comes to these areas of your life. So that is what I have for you, Rhoda. Oh my gosh, girl. Yes, friend. You did. James, you just freaking made it. I have to call my husband back. So Let me call him real quick and then I'll do your reading. So sit tight. Rhoda, yes, definitely roll back. About wait, how long ago? I don't even know when I started talking, to be honest. Scroll back until you see your question on the screen. You might have to listen to it at a higher speed until I start your reading. I think it was like 10 minutes, maybe less. I don't know. I'm sorry. The love too was sometime after I sent your channeled message, James. So maybe scroll back about 30 minutes, roughly. You're welcome, Rhoda. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let me call Brennan back real quick, and then James, I'll get on yours, and then we'll be done. Hey James, I'm back. Sorry. I was trying to be done with all my readings by the time my husband got off work, so he'll be home soon. And he had a lot to tell me, and I had a lot to tell him. Some creepy thing happened earlier on my home camera, and I don't know what I got on camera, but it's really really creepy. And anyways, I was telling him about that, but he'll be home soon, so I'm just gonna do your reading really quickly. So let's see. All right, so first you wanted to know what will bring you guys together. Let me pop out my chat here. No worries, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords, Ace of Cups, Temperance, Knight of Wands, Three of Swords, Page of Pentacles so far. I feel like okay, so the first thing that's going to be really pivotal for the two of you and your connection, you need to have a moment where you guys are able to have breakthroughs through your emotional barriers and allow for unexpressed feelings to be acknowledged and worked through before you guys can connect on a deeper level. This acknowledgement needs to be acknowledgement on her part and acceptance of your love and care and feelings for her, as well as her own feelings for you. So she needs to address these emotional blockages, because the Ace of Cups in reverse is indicating to me that there's still some type of level of denial or unacceptance to fully embrace the love that you guys have between the two of you. We also have rest and reflection, which is still essential for healing and gaining emotional clarity through the Four of Swords. We also have temperance, which talks about the need for balance and moderation in your emotions, which will be essential to navigating past hurts and building healthier relationships, aka her not being so reactionary and triggered by the things that you do. Because if she's emotionally balanced, then she can accept what you're saying in the moment and not feel an immediate reaction to that thing that stops you guys or hinders you or blocks you from being able to move forward. Knight of Wands. I'm trying to figure out what they want me to know about the Knight of Wands here. I think she also needs to be comfortable with being able to be affectionate with you. It almost feels like giving you a hug is even hard for her sometimes. So she needs to be able to be bold and initiate things herself. That's going to give her more confidence. Like if you're the one asking for a hug, it kind of can feel like you're imposing on her boundaries. She needs to get more bold and initiate that kind of dynamic with you. Even if it's something like platonic affection, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything crazy. But I think that it's important that she takes those actionary steps to deepen your bond. I also think that as you have worked through healing your heartbreak of the past and becoming evolved, she should do the same. Three of Swords talks about the fact that she needs to confront past pain and finding healing through communication with you or forgiveness of herself. And that's one thing that she had said in the channeled message, is that she feels like she owes you more than just apology for recent transgressions. Like she feels that her actions towards you have been disproportionate for, her feelings that she has. And so she needs to be able to forgive herself. She needs to ask you for forgiveness for all the things that she still feels bad about when it comes to you. And then I think just in general, slow and steady work towards building that foundation, building that up. I think every single step forward is going to make you feel lighter and happier and better in your connection with one another. Now, you're wanting messages from Spirit in regards to your connection. The Knight of Swords here is encouraging you to always take the direct approach and be honest with Patty James. I think for you, that's what you try to do, but I think you're getting better at it. I think that before there was this like tiptoeing around and not wanting to set her off. And I think that you notice that the more direct and honest your communication is with her, the more clear and assertive and open you are about how you feel, the better your connection gets with her. So, of course, don't be overly hasty, or hurtful with your words. Be honest, be tactful, but be clear is going to help your relationship. And if you're not sure or if you don't trust or believe that, I think just take a look at where you guys have been, where you're at now, and like how your communication has been really clear, and it seems to be kind of elevating or helping the relationship that you have. I mean, getting an apology from her that was heartfelt and sincere is important, and that's because you were very open and direct with her. So, being clear and honest, maybe you allowing some softness in her to be emotionally vulnerable with you, receiving her vulnerability well, and making sure that if you can't communicate certain things at certain times because you have responsibilities, that she always knows that you guys will come back to this. Always keeping her in the loop, keeping her up to date, letting her know, hey, I can't talk right this second, but what you have to say is important to me. That way she doesn't feel blown off and she feels more safe to open up to you, and allowing for that space for emotional expression so that she can be vulnerable would be really good. I also feel like it's important that you both feel that you're each taking the lead in the relationship. Sometimes you, sometimes her, because I think her lead in the relationship will make you feel like she's trying and she wants this just as much as you do. And then I think also she needs to know that she doesn't have to remain in her masculine energy, and that you both this way will feel heard and valued and feel really balanced. And then I think overall, it's important to take some time to yourself in between interactions with each other. Rest and reflect what worked, what didn't work, what do I want to make better next time, and be graceful with yourself. Give yourself grace. Don't rush the process. Don't feel like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Don't judge yourself. Hopefully she won't judge herself as well. And just baby steps is kind of what I'm getting. So that's what I've got for you, James. Sorry you had to wait a little bit to get that reading or those readings. And all of your readings were spaced out tonight, but I hope this offered some kind of clarity for you. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So hopefully you don't have any questions. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I think I got to everybody this evening. It's been a long night. I think I just hit hour 3, a little over 3 hours. So sleep tight. James, hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving. You said it's okay. And I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you in a couple of days. Bye. Happy Friday. Oh, have fun at your fair. I hope you guys have a great time. See you then, or see you next week. Okay, bye.